Hi everyone, welcome to this chat session to learn more about being a sports scientist at NYSI. Today with us we have Jeter. So before we begin, Jeter, could you just briefly introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jeter. I'm 26 this year. I'm the Assistant Performance Analyst at NYSI. I studied Sports Science and Management at NTU, and I play field hockey.
Okay, so Jeter, tell us, when did you join NYSI?
I joined NYSI mid 2020, so that's about 1 year, 1 year and half a month now. Yeah, right after I graduated as an intern at NYSI.
Oh, okay. So what do you do at NYSI?
So I'm a sports performance analyst. So generally what we do is we come down and look at trainings or competitions, and then we try to analyze in the way that we feel is necessary after we sit down with the coaches and the athletes, right, to see where they can improve on, or to even track your progress over a competition period. So there are like two main types of like analysis methods. So one, you can look at it as data analysis, which is where we crunch numbers. So we come up with certain variables, right, to collect, and then we crunch the numbers to see whether there's any correlation to track the progress. And the other one is video analysis, where we use video cameras to capture training footages or competition footages, and we have a more subjective or visual kind of feedback session, right, to the coaches and also to the athletes.
Okay, so which one do you think is the better analysis?
There is no better per se, right?
Okay.
And sometimes you will need the video analysis to collect the numerical data as well.
Okay.
Like for example, maybe in swimming, we take videos of the race, and then after that, from the video, we count the number of strokes, right, in each lap. So they do kind of complement each other, and sometimes the video itself has a very subjective point of view, which may be backed up with the data also. So it's really what we are trying to look at and what we're trying to kind of figure out, right, to improve on the athlete.
Okay, so can you tell me what made you choose NYSI?
So I've always been interested in sports. And actually, after my primary school, I did try to go to sports school, right, through football. But that's a story for another day. I didn't make it. I took up field hockey. But I was still very interested in sports. I was like doing a lot of different sports back in primary school, right? Because in primary school, like they were very okay with you taking up multiple CCAs. So I just took like whatever sports I could get my hands on. After that, then at the end of Sec 4, there's this course, right, the Sports Science and Management at NTU opened up, and I knew that's exactly where I want to go, like in uni, right, after my JC or even poly, whichever I went to. So after that, I went to a JC, and after I went to Sports Science and Management. I think at the point of time, I still didn't know exactly I want to go into performance analysis. I thought maybe something sports related, physical education even related, right? So I tried different things, tried sports coaching, tried PE teaching intern, or teaching intern, not just PE, but I also taught by other subjects. And then only, I think towards the end of my uni days, maybe year 3 or year 4, then I realized actually I not just like sports and physical activities, but I also like the like computer science side of things. So back in secondary school, I actually took computer studies as an O-level subject. So from there, I kind of honed a bit of programming knowledge, deeper dive into Excel, and then in uni, I also took up further programming courses. Right, so I thought, actually, and I think there was also a time where like the Moneyball thing, came about. Then in the whole sports industry, performance analysis seems to be the thing. So I started searching up on whether there are any performance analyst jobs in Singapore, and I found that NYSI has one. So I was very excited to come here for an internship, right? initially was supposed to go to China, right? Leaning, like the big China
Yep.
sports brand for badminton or even for mainly badminton. Yeah, so I was supposed to go there, but because of the pandemic, I didn't manage to come to NYSI and got the performance analytics internship position instead.
I see. So, like you mentioned, you went through a lot of like different pathways, right? So at what point in time do you realize you wanted to be a sports scientist in this particular field that you are in right now?
So just before my internship, right, when I was thinking about the best way to merge like my computing interest with my sporting interest, so I thought, this could really be a field that I could explore because it's a nice blend of like the things I'm interested in, right? And then also through the process of elimination. So I did teaching. Then after that, I thought, okay, maybe teaching is not for me. I don't see myself doing this long term, or maybe even coaching. I do like it, but maybe not for long, right? So slowly I eliminate those other options that I was considering. Yeah, and then after which, I guess through the internship, then I'm like, this is exactly what I want to do. Yeah, and this is where I feel like I can contribute because of the skill set that I have learned right through my education.
Okay, so can you share more about how like programming helps you in your job?
Yeah, so like as I mentioned earlier, one of the main ways we collect data, one of the main ways we analyze is through data. So sometimes we have a huge load of data, and honestly, not everyone is comfortable looking at an entire Excel spreadsheet of data, right? So sometimes we have to process it. We have to make it in a way that is understandable and manageable for other people to internalize what the data is talking about. Yeah, so having programming knowledge helps you process the data, right, in a way that firstly it's easier for people to put it up onto graphs or data visualization platforms, right? So they can see, okay, there's a trend here, or what's the average, what's the standard deviation. Of course, programming is not the only way. I mean, there are other data visualization platforms, but it gives you a very good foundation of how computers think, right? So when you know how computers think and like the step-by-step process, right, of how computers work, right, it kind of helps you take the steps needed, right, to analyze the data and also to portray it and visualize it better to the end users.
Okay. So can you tell me, is there any like interesting story or funny stories on your journey to where you are today?
Funny stories.
Or just any like interesting or meaningful story,
Okay, I think why not let's talk about my China internship. So yeah, because when I found out that I got the internship at Leaning, right, I thought it was a very good opportunity because not only I get to work in one of the biggest sporting companies in the world, right? There's also like a study phase there that I get to study at the Peking University, Beida. So
okay.
Beida is also, I think, first or second in China. So I thought, wow, that's pretty good. Then on top of that, they will also be giving me a grant, to go overseas and study. Then I was like, wow, this is really the perfect internship opportunity. Like how many people can even get to go overseas to do something like that? Yeah. Then when the pandemic hit, right, wow, I really took a big blow to me. I'm like, oh wow, like I thought this was it. Then suddenly, just 1 week before I'm supposed to fly, right, I have to look for other internships opportunities. Yeah, but the thing is, everyone already had their internships and it has already started, 1 month earlier. But because of the Chinese New Year, right? So China was having a longer extended holiday, so I had to wait like another month before I started, right? As compared to my peers. So everyone has already started. Where am I supposed to look for an internship opportunity. Yeah, so that's when I decided, actually, since NYSI performance analytics is where I want to be eventually, right? I was thinking after my internship to come back, then why not, like, I just asked them if they could just give me an internship role, even if it's even if maybe like I don't get a pay, right, but at least I get this internship over and done with, right, for my course. Yeah, so it was a quite a tough struggle because I was also considering between taking a leave of absence, right, for a semester, and then see maybe the next semester am I able to go overseas to continue this internship. And at the same time, my profs also recommended me some other internship opportunities, but it wasn't things that I want to do. Yeah, it's more of just to, just why I want to just get it done so they can graduate. Yeah, and so eventually, so we reached out to NYSI. Yeah, then we managed to get an internship opportunity here. Yeah, and long story short, right, everything worked out. Yeah, because if I didn't, if the China internship wasn't cancelled, if I didn't come to NYSI to be an intern, I probably wouldn't be able to apply for the full-time position when it rose. Yeah, because I think 2 weeks into my internship, 2 of our colleagues decided to go overseas and study. So that's when like the position opened up. Yeah, so I think my takeaway for that, if I could, is that just do the best and do what you can, right? For me, it's like I just follow my passion, right? And slowly I just figured out day by day, like it's streamlined to where it led me, and where I wanted to be. Yeah, and this different opportunities just rose up, and then I just took it. Then if it's not what I wanted, then okay, then we just wait for the next one. Yeah.
Okay.
And I just felt like things just fell into place.
Okay. So other than the advice that you just have for our viewers, so do you have any other words of advice for like our budding sports scientists?
I would say don't worry so much, right? Just take it one step at a time, because just make the best decision that you can during this period of time with what you have. Right? You never know like what might come out in the future, and that's out of our control. Yeah, so just make the best decision that you can right now. Yeah, and I believe everything will work out.
Okay. So last but not least, we have the last question. So if you were to recruit someone to join your department right now, how will you do it? Or what kind of person will you be looking for?
Okay, I think first of all, I will need to look for someone, right, that won't get dizzy looking at a whole chunk of data on Excel. Yeah, so you must be comfortable with looking at a ton of numbers on Excel. If you have maybe some videoing background, I think that would be good, but not I wouldn't say it's must, cause you can learn. Yeah, but that would be good, so you can just take the camera and start videoing immediately. I think some computing knowledge or proficiency is good. I mean, cannot be like you don't know how to like drag and drop a file, open up a file, save, that kind of thing. Yeah. So besides that, I think a passion for sports, right? You need to not just be passionate in one sport, but maybe multiple sports. Yeah, because depending on who needs support, we will have to learn. We also have to learn the new sport, like, to make a meaningful analysis. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jeter. So we have come to the end of this chat session. See you all, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.